Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're over here on Twitter and we are also over here on Instagram because we have a DC situation going on right now. As of right now, during the making of this video, it was officially announced that Henry Cavill will now be officially hanging up the cape. He will no longer be returning to the DCEU as our Superman. Now, why exactly did that happen? Why is this news coming out right now? We're here to discuss it. Hit me up in the comment section, all of you DC fans. Let me know what are your thoughts and or opinions down below, and I will try my best to reply to everyone. I am not the most knowledgeable. I will say that we all have our opinions, and there are some out there that know more than others. So I will try my best to answer every single question that you guys may have in the comment section. Be sure to drop a like on this video, even though it's very, very sad. And don't forget, if you're brand new watching for the very first time on this channel, please hit that subscriber button. We're pushing for 1,000 subscribers, and the more that we get over here, the happier it will make me. So let's start off with Twitter first. All right. So we got James Gunn over here. Verified check, by the way. So what you're seeing on your screen is legit. Peter and I have a DC slate ready to go, which we couldn't be more over the moon about. We'll be able to share some exciting information about our first projects at the beginning of the year. Now, that was posted December 14th at 8:49 p.m. Then he follows up his tweet with a thread to let you guys know more about what's going on here. Among those on the slate is Superman. Superman happens to be the biggest in question right now. We're no longer talking about Ben Affleck's Batman. We know that he was exiting, and it is said to be his last appearance in this upcoming Flash film. Now, it also says here, in the initial stages, our story will be focusing on an earlier part of Superman's life, so the character will not be played by Henry Cavill. Now, that news comes just after he recently came out on Instagram and said he was returning as Superman. Now, I'm going to go over to Instagram and show you guys the video here.
Hey everyone, I wanted to wait until the weekend was over before posting this because I wanted to give you all a chance to watch Black Adam. But now that plenty of you have, I wanted to make it official that I am back as Superman. And the image you see on this post and what you saw in Black Adam are just a very small taste of things to come. So there's a lot to be thankful for, and I'll get to that in time, but I want to thank you guys most of all. Thank you for your support and thank you for your patience. I promise it will be rewarded.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that post was posted on October 24th. Now, if you haven't gotten a chance to see the Black Adam film, I'm sure by now you have been spoiled. Yes, he actually does make an appearance in the post credit scene, ladies and gentlemen. Black Adam meets Superman for the very first time, and it is looking like there could possibly be a showdown between the two, seeing as Amanda Waller was actually a part of this film as well, and she played a huge role in assembling a team to try and stop Black Adam. Now that the Justice Society couldn't really get it done, they sent in Superman to basically let him know, like, okay, I'm the supreme king around here. You're gonna either, stand down or we're gonna have to throw down. So Black Adam accepted the challenge. Him and Superman face off, and then screen goes to black. And it was just an incredible, exciting, thrilling moment just to see Henry Cavill actually back as our Superman. You know what I mean? So, like I said, that was October. Then comes December, ladies and gentlemen. Just literally yesterday. Today is the 15th when you're watching this video, December 15th, the year 2022. So, December 14th, he goes out and posts this on Instagram after I'm assuming the meeting with James Gunn and Peter over at DC. So these guys are going to be working on a ton of projects. You know what I mean? But the number one thing that they're focusing on right now, it looks as to be Superman. Now, once again, to just reference what I already read to you guys, they're working on a younger version of Superman, the early stages of his life. Not an origin story to be exact. You know what I mean? So he's going to have a couple years behind the cape, but he's not telling us an origin story of Superman, and he's not doing a Kingdom Come version, at least not yet. But we will get some early stages of Superman, just as we were getting an early stage of Batman with Matt Reeves' version of the character, which is why we didn't have Ben Affleck's solo film. So yeah, it's gonna be very very interesting to see all of these beginning stages of these characters, and then maybe they'll tie it in together some years down the future. You know what I mean? But as of right now, officially Ben Affleck is gone. Henry Cavill is now gone. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman is up in the air. We don't know what could be going on with Wonder Woman. That happens to be Patty Jenkins' area. So if you guys are looking for Wonder Woman news, I don't know what to tell you right now. As of right now, during the making of this video, the Flash film is officially hitting theaters a little bit earlier than expected, and the storyline and the characters that are supposed to appear seem to be set in stone right now. You're going to have Supergirl, and you're going to have these multiple versions of Barry in there, and there's also going to be two versions of Batman. You're going to have Michael Keaton returning to reprise his role as Bruce Wayne, aka Batman. He will be suited up, which is awesome for him. And there is also going to be a reprising of the role for Ben Affleck's version of Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, as well. So now we're going to get into the message here from Henry Cavill on Twitter. So this is an official quote coming from Henry. He says this: I just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and everyone all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For those who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember Superman is still around. Everything he stands for exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all. Onwards and upwards. So, that's the official letter to let you guys know that he is now leaving the cape behind, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be going with a younger actor. We do not know exactly who could they possibly be going with at this point in age. Anyone could literally just sign up and say, you know what, I want to be the next Superman, and we're just gonna have to live with it. I can't really name anyone that I would think of right now, but age bracket wise, I would say maybe they're trying to go between 25 and 30 ish, because Henry Cavill himself, he's about 39, maybe 40 years old. So I'm thinking that they're trying to go maybe 10 years younger. I don't think they're going to go to like teenage years. But it would be interesting to see who they find out there, when we consider candidates, like I would say, the guy that they have playing Superboy right now in Titans. If you guys are watching Titans on HBO Max, he's playing an iteration of a Kryptonian. He's half Lex and half Superman. So if they wanted to, approach him for the position, that would be interesting. We have Superman and Lois, which is airing on the CW. There's a couple characters over there that are playing Superman's sons over there. These guys are probably in their early 20s, but if they wanted to approach them, it'll be interesting as well. Now that would be a situation because they're shooting literal seasons of Superman and Lois, and that show is not over yet. So I don't know why I would throw that in there, but I'm just trying to show you guys that I know about stuff a little bit, basically. But yeah, man, this is heartbreaking. A lot of people are over here replying to him, just stating their cases and everything like that. We got Tony Daniels here who wrote, "You were an amazing Superman. Can't wait to see what you do in the coming years." We have Pride of Gypsies who writes, "I love you, brother." We got Zachary Levi over here. Mr. Shazam himself says, "Hope to catch you in another universe, sir." So speculations right there. Anyway, I want to follow up and say this about Henry Cavill. Just because he's done right now with the character, that does not mean he's done in the future. Now, let me explain myself. We already know about the multiverse and parallel universes and timelines and how things work. You can always resurrect the character. You can always bring a character from another Earth. You can always bring another character from another universe. You know what I mean? You can bring in a doppelganger, stuff like that. Just because he's done right now, that does not mean he is done forever. There's Kingdom Come Superman. He can come back and do a Kingdom Come version. They did that for Brandon Routh. Brandon Routh in Crisis on Infinite Earths, just recent crossover with the CW, you had a Kingdom Come version, and he literally played his version just older. So the possibilities here are just endless. You know what I mean? If you want to bring back Henry Cavill later down in the year, you can do that. It'll have to make sense, but you can do that. If Crisis is going to be able to do it, you can do it for DC movies. And that's just DC TV, ladies and gentlemen. We were able to bring in Kingdom Come Superman. We were able to bring in Kevin Conroy's Batman. Now, we all know that he has voiced the character, but he literally played Batman in the crossover. And this was a old, brutal, broken down version of the character. But like I said, you were able to do that with DC TV. Just imagine what you can do with DC movies, you know? So right now he could be done, but in the future he can also return back to the Cape. Now, like I said, I want to know in the comment section how you guys personally feel. I am going to miss him, and this does hurt us a lot because we've been receiving so much bad news as far as like DCEU goes. Like I said, once again, to tread backwards here, Wonder Woman right now, that's up in the air. Aquaman movie, that's up in the air as well. There's rumors going around that Jason Momoa, who plays Aquaman, is going to be out. He's not going to be returning for the character, and it said that he's supposed to be playing another DC character, which will just make things more confusing. You know what I mean? But one thing that is pointing towards Jason Momoa right now is Lobo. So if he plays Lobo, that would have been very, very cool to see him go up against Henry Cavill Superman because these guys just have that chemistry from being together between these other films that they have released, with Justice League, Batman versus Superman, then you have Aquaman movies which were solo films, but still he had, this connection with the characters, and then just the actors themselves, they have this friendship, this continuity that just exists, and it's just a beautiful thing just to see. So when it comes down to it, every actor that is being cast into like DC roles, most of these guys are wrestlers, and they all just want to tangle with the Man of Steel, and I'm here for it. It is really, really cool. um but yeah, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and we had the situation with Ray Fisher's Cyborg. There were some situations with him and Warner Brothers and the directors and stuff like that. I didn't really look too much into that information, so I can't really say anything pertaining to it. But I do know that there was a situation, and there was never really a script for like a Cyborg solo film, but it would have been nice to have his version um, as a solo film. Let's see, who else can we say here? The Flash, Ezra Miller's version. We all thought he was going to be a goner. He was on the run. He had all of these allegations against him and everything like that. And you know what? It's like they just turned a blind eye. They kept him in the role. We were all hoping that our TV Grant Gustin version would take over, but it seems like that is debunked for now. He won't be playing our DCEU Flash, but he is going to end off his career here on DC TV. This is his final season, which will be season 9 of The Flash. So it's been a good run for him, pun intended there. But now, he gets to go home and just relax, I guess. He no longer has to put on the scarlet suit anymore. But yeah, like all of this news that's coming out, man, it's just so sad, so sad. Speaking of DCTV, Stargirl just ended its series, like literally 3 seasons in, and it's over, bro. It's over. Now that one hurt me a lot because I love that show. The characters, the actresses, the actors, everyone was so much like a family, and the show was just like a family orientated show. You know what I mean? It wasn't just about Stargirl, it was about all of the characters as an individual living together as a family, friends, togetherness. That's what the show was about. And it was just beautiful to watch. You know what I mean? But they ended up on their own terms. They did a little bit of a time skip at the end. I know that I'm probably ruining this for a lot of people, but I have to tie everything in because they technically did tie in the DC TV universe with the DCEU movie universe as well because of the crisis situation that happened on TV. So yeah, they did a little time skip at the end. Like I said, they ended the show on their own terms and everything like that. The characters went on doing their jobs forever, as much as they could, and then people probably haven't seen them for a while. They vanish, and then you had an appearance from Jay Garrick, who breaches in, and he tells them that the Justice Society is needed. So I'm assuming that the Justice League in this future timeline here is asking for assistance from the Justice Society of America. So just to let you guys know that don't those people that don't follow DC and everything like that, there are two groups. You have the Justice Society and then you have the Justice League. And then you have other minor groups that tie into this continuity, which you have like the Teen Titans and you have Doom Patrol. So there's a lot to follow with DC. Um, but they ended off on their own terms. The Flash is going to be ending, and then previously before that, Batwoman got canceled. What other show got canceled? Naomi got canceled as well. She was going to be actually crossing over into our Arrowverse. She was going to be exploring the multiverse, and that would have been interesting for the next season, but they ended up red flagging the show, taking it down, and pretty much we've been getting stomped on ever since all of that news came out. And speaking of Batwoman, we had a Batgirl movie which also got canceled. We've seen some behind the scenes pictures and everything like that, and the actress herself was just fully into the role. She looked great with the bat suit on. It looked like it was going to be a great film, and they ended up scrapping it. There was also a couple of other projects that were taken down. This whole merger situation that's going on with Warner Brothers and Discovery, everything is just bad news for DC fans, and it just sucks, and it makes people question if they chose correctly because you do have the Marvel versus DC standa. You have that standa, and people often choose one or the other. Me personally, I love both, so I'm smack dab in the middle of every conversation out there. But right now, it's kind of looking bad for DC. We still have TV, luckily, and we have the animated universes, so That's some stuff to look forward to, I guess. So currently, right now, we still have Titans airing on HBO Max. Um, we are going to be having some type of Green Lantern series, I believe, coming to HBO Max. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that series. We also have some words about the Justice U show that's supposed to be starring John Diggle's character. This is for DC TV. He's supposed to be accepting the ring for the Green Lantern, but everything that we've seen so far, like far as his journey of accepting the will of the ring, he has been denying it and just saying that he didn't want it, that the ring chose the wrong person, and it could basically be like they're just trying to bait us in here and just finding some sort of way to finally make him accept it. And as of right now, he officially told fans that the show is still in talks. So everything could still possibly happen. He could still become a Green Lantern. We don't know what version of a Green Lantern he would be, and we don't know what kind of continuity issues that could serve for HBO Max, even though these are different, you know, these different situations. These could be different time periods as well. It's still just a continuity issue, using characters that we probably don't have the rights to use. They're probably going to come up with some randomized brand new version of a character for John Diggle, because I don't think he'll play John Stewart, obviously, and of course he's not going to play Hal Jordan. No offense to anyone, but he's an African American actor. He can't play a Hal Jordan unless we're doing multiverse stuff again. You know, but anyway, that is basically the full slate of everything that I know pertaining to DC TV and DC movies. Once again, Henry Cavill is out, Ben Affleck is out, um, and that's all I can say right about now during the making of this video. If you guys have any other information, you want to just leave your thoughts and your opinions down in the comment section, let me know. Once again, if you're watching this channel for the very first time, please subscribe. I do often upload content pertaining to DC TV, DC movies. I do discussions. I could do trailer breakdowns. I could just do, general talking and everything like that about the subjects. I also talk about Marvel and everything like that, but primarily this is a gaming channel, so I do upload content pertaining to Roblox and Raid Shadow Legends, and there will be future other titles coming to the channel as well. So just letting you guys know that this channel might not look like it, but it is worth a subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Hey, it's a holiday. I got hoes on hoes and they out of control, yeah. Hey.